It's alive! It's alive! Again! Now it's time to the MFS for K1 and for many other printers. Yes, this project can be used on other printers. Yeah, and I will talk about this on this video. So stay tuned until the end because I have a lot of things to talk about this project. This project is coming with a lot of improvements based on the feedback I received from the people that download the MFS for K1 Max, and I applied those improvements on this project for K1 and other printers, and a lot of those improvements will be applied to the MFS for K1 Max. So people who bought the K1 Max project will receive those upgrades for free. So stay tuned to know about all these improvements I'm bringing to you on the project for multi-filament system for Creality K1 printer. And one of the best novelties about this project is that I made this project fully compatible, or I made it easier to integrate with projects like 3D Chameleon and the project Rabbit for multicolor printer. So stay tuned to know about this. And before I start talking about this project, I'd like to thank again to the people from the biggest portals of 3D around the world. So I will use my list here to do not forget anyone. So I like to thank very much people from All 3DP from Munich, people from 3D Ruck, 3 Printer from Germany, 3dedu.pl and telephony.co.pl from Poland, people from Stampare in 3D from Italy, people from Faditiva from Portugal, and people from Les Imprimentes 3D from France. Guys, thank you very much for your support, for making articles about the MFS project and help this channel to keep inventing. Thank you very much. So now let's talk about the project and let's get inventing. First of all, I'd like to thank people from Volt 3D, that it's a Brazilian filament company that provides me all the material to prototype this project, and they support me on a lot of other things, especially on special material that I will talk about very soon on this video. The special material was indispensable to make some parts of this project viable and make it more efficient. So thank you, Volt 3D. Thank you for all your support, and let's talk about the project. At the end of this video, I will give you a special gift, especially for you that follow my channel and support us on all our projects. So stay to the end because you will like it, okay? So if you are getting into this channel right now and you have no idea what I'm talking about, what is the MFS system, what is the multi-filament system for K1 and K1 Max, I will give you a very short definition. The MFS project, it's something that I started building last year when I bought my K1 Max, and I was a little bit upset by the fact that I have to handle my filaments at the back of the printer, and that was very hard to see if I have any kind of problem with my filament, like if the filament stuck, if the filament is ending, and even when I have to change the filament, it was a little bit annoying. So I decided to build the MFS just because I wanted to handle the filaments from the front of my printer. And then I had the idea to use the heat generated by the printer to dry my filaments. And I have a video here in the channel. I will let the link on the description so you can watch that. I have a video talking about and showing how the MFS really works and how it dries the filament effectively. So I made the test using the Hyper PLA from Creality and showing you on the microscope and how the moisture can destroy your print. So I show you on this video how it works, and I show you the progress of drying filament using the MFS system. So basically, this is the principle of MFS. It's a support for filaments, it dries the filament, and it improves reducing the vibration because it moves the center of mass of the printer to the top using 3 kilograms of filament on the top inside the MFS. And it improves the quality of your print by reducing humidity in any kind of material you are using. If you are using ABS, ASA, Triton, or any other material that can bend or can rub during the print, you can use the MFS closed to make sure that the temperature inside the chamber will be stable. And if you print PLA, it improves your productivity because you don't have to remove completely the top cover of your printer. You can regulate, you can control how many airflow you want to get out from your printer, or how much heat you want to preserve inside your printer by the top window of MFS. So doesn't matter what kind of material you use in your printer, you can use the MFS to improve your productivity and your print quality. This latest version for K1 can be used for other printers. As this version doesn't have any kind of special connection like the first one, like the K1 Max project, this project can be attached to a table or a wood sheet, or even if you want to use a MDF material or acrylic material to close the bottom of the MFS, and then you can use the space you have between the filament support and the base to adopt any kind of drying system, or even putting silica gel inside, because this version makes you able to completely seal the environment of MFS. Yes, because on the first version, I didn't make that, and people asked me, and I put this on this version. So on the door and at the window, we have special borders where you can use a foam tape from 1 to 2 millimeters to seal the door and the window to have a completely insulated environment inside your MFS and keep your filament dried using any kind of drying system, or even using the silica gel inside, exactly like a lot of people are doing using the AMS from Bambu Lab. And talking about the AMS from Bambu Lab, I just remembered that on this version, you have the filaments getting out through the top to the back of the MFS, what make it easier, way easier, to adapt solution like 3D Chameleon or the Rabbit project or any other open source multicolored 3D printing system. So you can use the MFS with any of those open source solution and have your own 3D printing multicolor system, even if you are using on K1 or if you are using that with another printer. So use the 3D Chameleon or Rabbit or any other open source project with MFS. It's way easier now, especially on this version. But I will adapt this solution to the K1 Max project. So people who bought the K1 Max MFS, don't worry, I will apply those changes to that project, and very, very soon you will receive those upgrades for free. In the first version, we used ball bearings on the spool rows, and people told me that the ball bearings are making the filament rolls to move too much and then make the filament get lost inside the roll. So in this version, I implement the Accelerator for filament spools. So you can use this to just avoid the filament spool to roll too much, to get loose, and then make your filament tight inside the spool without causing any kind of problem on your filament extrusion. So it's very, very soft, and just use this to avoid the filament spool to roll too much. Another feature asked by the people who bought the MFS for K1 Max was the possibility of using insert nuts. So as the entire project use screws and nuts, the normal nuts, it's a little bit annoying when you are trying to attach your screw. So people ask for the possibility to use the insert nuts. So on this version, you can use insert nuts because on every part of the project, I leave space enough so you can use the insert nuts, and then that can make your life easier when you are assembling the MFS, and then this can give the MFS a better finishing. So this is one improvement people asked me, and this is done on MFS for K1. The other issue that I feel by myself was the filament spool adapter that was like a nightmare when you were trying to put on or remove from the MFS project, because you put the adapter and then you had to hold with two hands when you were manipulating your filament spool. So now on this new version, you have this kind of coil that will make the adapter tight inside your filament spool, and then you can put and remove using just one hand, make your life easier on the daily basis when you are putting and removing and changing your filament from your MFS. So this version has another advantage, because with this coils, it increases the diameter you can use the adapter. So this is the 55 millimeters version that can be used from 55 to 59 millimeters. Then the 50 millimeters you can use from spools that have the hole from 50 to 54 millimeters. Then you have the 70 millimeters that can go up to 74 millimeters. And you have another one that starts on 72, can go up to 76 millimeters. And if you buy the Pro version, you have access to the step files from these adapters, and then you can change to any diameter you need for the filament spools you have in your country. On this project, you don't have to change the PTFE tube from your extruder. We will use the same tube with the same length, so you don't have to cut, because I put the adapter at the back of the MFS using the same tube without any kind of adaptation. So you can just plug that on your end filament sensor and use the same sensor you already have in your K1. So you don't have to use a new PTFE tube on that part. The only PTFE tube you need additionally are the ones you will use from the filament guide into the Filament Hub. And another thing is that you don't have to buy any kind of extension for the wire of the run-out filament sensor, because you can have this extra length from the sensor wire just following instructions on the manual video, where I teach you how to extract that extra length from your own printer, because your printer has a kind of trick below it that you can have a couple centimeters additionally on your run-out sensor wire. Okay, so don't worry about that. You can build your MFS and you can assemble that, and then you can put on your K1 without any additional components from the electronic or PTFE, except for the PTFE that comes from the guide to the hub. And as we are talking about the filament, let's talk about the Filament Hub. This Filament Hub can be replaced by any multicolor solution you have, but if you don't want to use a multicolor automation, you can use this hub. And this was one of the most challenging part of this project, because we need a material that makes the filament pass through here with the less attract as possible, making the filament pass smoothly through this device. And then I've tried a lot of different materials, including polycarbonate and polyacetal. Polyacetal, it's like nightmare to work with, especially because you must use permanent glue on your hotbed. And honestly, I do not recommend. I have to use my glass table to try to print this, and I still trying to remove the permanent glue from my glass table. So if you try to print polyacetal or POM using your pay pad, make sure that that pay pad will be not used for anything else. So you will have to put that on trash, okay? So polyacetal, it's the most recommended material to this kind of solution because this is beyond the fact that the polyacetal, it's a very, very resistant material. It is anti-adherence material. So it's the most recommended material for this kind of solution for sure. So even having some other solutions like PTFE filament, yes, that exists. But the only company I found the PTFE filaments to sell is from Spain. Then I talked to the people from Volt 3D and they produce a special material for me. So I've tried the special material and guess what? It's amazing because it's easy to print, it doesn't rub on the printer, and it has the anti-adherence properties that was exactly what I need. It's not so good like polyacetal, I mean the anti-adherence property, but it's good enough to be better than any other kind of material I tested for this project. So this magical product is PETG with graphene and PLA with graphene. So Volt 3D make these filaments and they will make it available on their store so you can buy it and you can use on your project. Beyond the fact that graphene offers this anti-adherence property, it's a very, very strong material and it has a much better extrusion flow, easy to print, doesn't bend, doesn't rub, and will be perfect to make this solution for you. If you don't have any filament provider that works with graphene, you can use polycarbonate that gives you a very, very good anti-adherent property and will work relatively well with this solution for the Filament Hub, okay? But if you live in Europe, please test the PTFE filament and tell me here on the comment how it goes, because I'm looking forward to have the opportunity to test the PTFE filament, especially if someone that is watching this video that works for that company who has the PTFE filament and you want to send me 1 kilogram just to test, I will not be mad with you, please. I will be very happy to test and try that solution for this kind of product, okay? And I will mention you and the results here on the channel. So if you are from the company, please get in contact with me. Okay, so if you bought the MFS for K1 Max, don't forget that very soon I will have those upgrades, at least the most of them applied to the MFS for K1 Max, and then you can upgrade that. You can print only the parts that will need the upgrade. Okay, I will not rebuild the entire project because it works very well as it is. I will just apply those upgrades so then we can have these properties on the MFS for K1 Max. So you will receive these upgrades for free, okay? So if you have any question about this project and or if I forgot to say something that you want to know, please leave here on the comments, then I will make a video next week answering all the questions, okay? So don't forget, comment here. Oh, and give me a thumbs up, please. Help me to get this video to more people. So please let the thumbs up here. And if you have any question, please comment. Then next week, I will make a video answering all the questions I have here on the comments of this video. So let's talk about the license. We have 3 different licenses for the MFS project. The personal license, where you will receive a PDF file, the STL files for every single part that you have to print for this project, including the templates to use on the acrylic parts, where I have a video teaching you how to build the MFS project and how to cut the acrylic in your home using a simple tool like this stillet you can buy on any online shop, and then you can use this stillet to make the acrylic parts by yourself. Very easy. Actually, this is the fastest and easy part of this project. On the Pro version, additionally to what you already have on the personal version, you will have a special manual with all the specifications for every single part on this project. You will have all the measurements, all information about the parts, so you can customize that using the step files you will receive inside the same package. And additionally to that, you will have access to DWG and DXF files to cut the acrylics using a laser print, okay? So beyond the fact that you have the laser, you have the files to cut, then you have the manual with the completely specification, so you can double check the measurement of each acrylic part you can use on the project, and you can customize this project as you want, because you have the step files and you have the specifications, so you can customize, add parts, modify, and you can do whatever you want with this project. And the third license is the commercial license. So if you are interested on commercializing the final product, like building and selling this project on your country, so use the commercial version. It's a one-time payment. You pay the license and you can sell as many MFS as you want. And you have access to the entire package of the Pro version. Plus, you can sell the MFS, and we will help you putting your online shop address in our online shop. Then people who look for MFS can find your shop, and then they can go directly and buy from you. Okay, now the special gift. Okay, so this is only for you. For you that follow our channel, for you that are subscribed here, for you that gives us a thumbs up on all the videos and share our content, and you are watching this video on the first 24 hours from the publishing, okay? So for you, you will have this coupon here on the screen where to buy the MFS project with 20% off. But this coupon will give you 20% off only for 24 hours, okay? After 24 hours, this coupon will be for 10% off and will be valid for the next 6 days. So after the 6 days, full price. And then if you lose that, please subscribe to do not lose the next projects we will release here on this channel. So 20% for 24 hours and 10% for more 6 days. We use the code MFSK1 in our shop, www.digitalinventor.shop, to buy your project and download right now. So don't waste your time. Have your project in your hands, improve your productivity, make sure that your filaments are properly dried even during your printing time, and have better print parts, okay? So I will let all the links at the description of this video, and you can click there and go to our online shop and buy the MFS right now. And if you didn't buy the MFS for K1 Max, you can use the same coupon and buy the MFS with the same price in this period, okay? So take this opportunity and buy your project right now. So thank you very much to get to the end of this video. I will see you on the next one, and next week I will answer your questions. Don't forget to leave your comment here. Thank you very much. See you on the next video, and let's keep inventing.